We now cross live to Kaduna to witness the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between Ahmed and Echitab Study Group.
Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene, London University, and Federal Vaccine Production Laboratory, Yaba, and of course Oxford University, where David Waddell comes from. The story today is that we have available a life-saving product, 2 life-saving products that we can never allow to vanish. We can never allow, to be out of, the reach of the needy Nigerians that are at the menace of these snakes every day, particularly the farmers and the herders that play a key role in our health security they produce the food we eat. So definitely having this product there is a real health security issue. So what is the importance of today's event? That this document we are signing, by God's grace, shall be the beginning of empowering Nigeria to be self-sufficient, in this product. Not Nigeria, but even the entire African continent, because the continent looks up to Nigeria, for this, for leadership. I'm proud to announce that the WHO had actually tested all antivenoms available in the world. You can quote me, all the anti-snake venoms available in the world, and they found out that the antivenom that we developed in partnership with Micropharm UK and the one we developed in partnership with Instituto Clodomiro Picardo of Costa Rica are the best. Number 1 is the Echitab G produced by Micropharm. Please give them a round of applause. And the second best antivenom in the world is the antivenom produced by Instituto Clodomiro Picardo of Costa Rica in collaboration with us. Also give them a round of applause, please. And I think now we should say we have come a long way, 22 years in it. We've been suffering, dragging with the public sector. Government will help, government will not help, government will help. We now found a solution, a God-sent entrepreneur, industrialist, who is kind enough to say, look, I will take the challenge. And he has really taken this challenge, and that is the person I call MBA, Mohammed Bello Abdullahi. Can you give him a round of applause? He has agreed to do this job, take the challenge, get the funding, partner with Micropharm and others to make sure that, we have Echitab constantly available, affordable, and what will you say? Sustainable. So with this, I think that this is a moment to thank all of you here that have come to witness this event, and also to say that I cannot finish talking here without mentioning the name of the individuals that have stood by me to do this job right from the beginning, and that is Dr. Nandul Durfa, the former Chief Medical Director of University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, actually the pioneer Chief Medical Director. Ian Cameroon, we've come a long way, right from the 22 years. I thought he will come and go, but he has stayed. He said he will do everything possible to make sure that we provide solution for this great public health problem for the African continent. You know why? He's actually an African. He's originally from Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, from Zimbabwe. But he's British, and you remember the former Prime Minister of UK. He has Cameroon. Maybe they are cousins, I don't know. Now, you see David. David is a pharmacist. He has come a long way from other industries, and he's part of the Micropharm. They are the founders of Micropharm. And when there are to be problems without funding from the government of Nigeria, from any sector, David and his team came in and rescued Echitab, as a product. Please give him another round of applause. So I will say that after signing this MOU, we can say finally, we have come to see that we are going to have a solution, a final solution to a problem that has been disturbing our people, particularly people that are in, agriculturally active areas, the best farmlands in Nigeria, but that are being disturbed by these horrible snakes. So having this product should be regarded as a great economic, activity that will contribute to the development, of our great country, Nigeria. So thank you for coming.
Thank you, Professor. For those of us that don't know Professor, he set up the National Center for Disease Control. He's a national hero, and we're blessed to have him at Ama Medical. Please a round of applause for him again. I would now like to invite the CEO of Micropharm, Mr. Ian Cameron, to give his brief remark.
Great. Well, thank you very much. And, I first of all want to thank Mr. Bello, Professor Nasidi, Nandal Durfa, and everybody else for the kind welcome that has been given to David and myself. We've come a long way, but it's always good to come to Nigeria. It's a great country and lovely people. So that's the most important thing. Prof. Nasidi said a great deal about the project. And, we've worked with Echitab study group for 22 years. The products that Micropharm has supplied, has saved over 55,000 lives over that time, most of them the poor. So, we hope this collaboration will see this project continue and with a greater content of indigenous materials and expertise, because at the moment, Nigeria is too dependent on foreign products, and I think it's time that actually they have more of a capability to produce these life-saving products. So thank you all for coming, and thank you, Mr. Bella.
A round of applause for him again. I would like to shortly invite Dr. Dufa, the CEO of Echitab.
Thank you all. The Echitab Study Group is a scientific association, comprising the Nigerian scientists and UK. Professor Nasidi had mentioned the names of Professor David Warrer, who was our lecturer in ABU in the early 70s, and Professor Dixon, who was lecturer at the University of Ife. I think when there was a paucity of anti-snake venom, our late Professor Ransom Kuti took the initiative of directing Professor Nasidi to Professor Dixon and Warren. He carried the live snakes in Nigeria to Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine, where the first antivenom was removed and the production was made. You see, when it takes such a long time, we forget about the actual dates. This took place in 1991, so it's more than 25 years or 21 years. Professor Nasidi, Dixon contacted a company in UK. They produced the first antivenom, we call it Echitab. It was tested in Nigeria, found to be effective, but had side effects. So it was sent back to be purified. When the second batch was brought in for another clinical trial, there was no money for the clinical trial. And the medicine, the antivenom that was brought was about to get expired. And Professor Nasidi, you know him, he doesn't take a no for anything. He went around, met Minister of State, and said, this is going to expire. We want money. The Honorable Minister told him that there's no money, but he would link him. I was the SA to the Honorable Minister of State, David Sadoki, a Kaduna man. Said he will link you with Dr. Durfai to go and source for money. Since that day, that is about the 25 years, we have been working with Professor Nasidi. Yeah. Okay. I've been working with Professor Nasidi to make sure that we get the money. We applied to many places, then Minister of FCT, and collected the first 3.5 billion naira, and then another source of money. We reached the PTF and got the money for the clinical trial and the change of the composition of the antivenom. It was powdered before, but we discovered that the first one could easily reach the body, but excreted immediately after that. So the reoccurrence of envenomation were very frequent in the people, envenom. So we made the complaint back to microfarm, and they made another composition which stands the test of every envenomation. And it's virtually the best, as Nasidi told you, in the whole world against our local snakes. The microfarm saw the success of their production, and they wanted to transfer the technology to Nigeria. They gave us the go-ahead that if we source for the money, they were ready to collaborate with us to make sure that we get the antivenom. Unfortunately, the first approval was given by a Nigerian president, 19 or 2006. Nothing has been done. Last year, we got approval again for the sponsorship, of the production of antivenom. The whole thing, I will tell you that Microfarm is a very patient company. If not because of their leadership, they would have thrown all these things away. And we know that with the production of the antivenom in Nigeria, it's going to be always available. It is going to be cheap because our technicians and people, they don't charge up to, let's say a technician in Britain may get a monthly salary of 6 million. But 1 million naira to a technician in Nigeria will be the head of the department. So it will hope that the cost is going to go down. The availability, right now, as Nasidi told you, there is no anti-snake in the whole Nigeria because there are some discrepancies in the cost and money transfer. We never hope to get it if, with the production here in Nigeria, and we are very lucky, and I'm the happiest person presently to see that Alhaji Bello and the AMA Medical has kindly agreed to take up this challenge. And I hope that in near future, Nigeria not only will be producing anti-snake venom, but all other medical biologicals within Kaduna. I thank him. I thank Mr. David and Thixon to risk coming to Nigeria at this moment that the news is never favorable. They are very brave people. I think they might have taken part in one army operation or the other, but they are fearless. We thank them for coming and even agreeing to collaborate with AMA Medical. And in our own part, we'll make sure that the standardization, if there's any clinical trial, If there's any other in course of their production registration with NAFDAC, we'll be working as we have been doing before to ensure a smooth product to Nigeria at all times. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we'll be moving to the main event, the MOU signing between the great companies. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Ambassador Ibrahim Maisule. Thank you for coming, sir. With us, we have a representative from the National Agency for Food, Drug and Administration and Control, Mr. Balami. Thank you, sir, for coming. So we will be moving shortly to the main event. How we commence the MOU signing between Ama Medical, Echitab, and Microfarm. This is a monumental occasion. Please give them a round of applause. With this MOU signing, it shows Ama Medical's continued commitment to quality healthcare, and we look forward to partnering with Microfarm and Echitab to solve this problem that the nation is facing. I would like to take this time to also acknowledge the presence of retired General Mohammed Bala. Thank you, sir, for coming. Mr. Wang, all the way from China, from Even Pharmaceuticals. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Happy New Year. So we'd love for the press to come and take pictures. This is a proud moment for our country, proud moment for our nation, and we look forward to what this would bring. Please, a round of applause again. Yes. This is a good initiative for public and private partnership. And as the private sector has started with this, we hope the government would come on board. Right. Thank you. Also with us is the MD, Ama Medical Manufacturing, Venkat Ramapillai.
Okay, so
we appreciate. Shortly, we will be moving to the closing remarks by the MD, Ama Medical. Sorry, we would invite Professor Nasidi Abdulsalami to say a few words before we go.
Well, you have all witnessed the event that has brought us here today, and we thank the Almighty God for making it to happen in peace, and we strongly would like to rely on Him to bless the signing of the agreement and make the agreement, to work. One of the things that we need to let the nation know is that this is a good step taken to guarantee self-sufficiency in these products, and at the same time, we are now taking a new route. Instead of relying only on the public sector to get it done, we are now going into public-private sector and even just private sector. So we look forward to the full participation in this venture of the federal government, state governments, particularly the states that are mostly affected, and at the same time, other rich Nigerians that God has endowed with funds to come and contribute to this industry. It's a social industry, socio-economic industry that is done to save lives. So you invest, it's a social investment. So the volume of the scope of this partnership can grow even beyond just the manufacture of the antivenoms against snake bites. Microfarm is doing other products. We look forward to partnering with them to produce these live biologicals that will also be needed by Nigeria and the African continent. Just as Dr. Dulfa must have announced, the product we are talking about is already registered by NAFDAC, and we are not just talking of something that we are starting from all over. It's hitting the road running. We have it to go. So this, when do we expect the products to be in market? I can say tomorrow. Tomorrow. Microfarm have gone very far with the Pan-African antivenom, which is called Fava Afrique, and we expect that they will roll out by next week or
Next March.
By March.
No, next year.
Next year. By next year, it will be in the market. Meanwhile, the Echitab G, which is produced by Microfarm, is already in the market. Then the one produced by Costa Rica, which is the Echitab Plus, is also already in the market. These are wonderful products that we believe will save lives. I want to repeat, as I'm talking to you now, Dr. Drufa, I'm sure, has received calls from the field, especially in most affected areas, where of cases of snake bites that are really taking innocent people's lives. And believe me to God, you will know the importance of what we are doing today if you see one victim of snake bite that will die as if you put sugar in the water. They melt. They either die within a short period of time, or they live to lose a limb and live with disability. A lot of them get hands being cut or the legs being cut and so on and so forth. And this is preventable. Just like the vaccine preventable diseases, this antivenom can prevent at least severe morbidity, and they can prevent death. And we have already shown it by the clinical trials we conducted some years back, and even, this and that, we reduce mortality from the snake bites, if there is no antivenom, from about 40% to less than 0.5%. I think you need to give us a round of applause. So now, what is the use of having such a product that we have proven clinically that has worked very well, and then it's not available? It's as bad as you are sentencing your people to death, because the snakes will not stop biting. And you know where they bite. They bite either on the farms or even in the houses. Now it's raining heavily. The snakes are coming out of the field, and they're attacking people even in their homes, some even in the toilets. So this is something that we cannot afford to let go. But the most important of today's event is the fact that most African countries are looking up to Nigeria. So we can't be giant for nothing. So if we do this partnership very well, we're going to now be able to access the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which already we are working on with the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Industry, and I'm sure we shall take the lead. And I'm sure you will all be proud that you are part of this venture. If Fav Afrique is going to be launched by next year, the product is already there. We saw it while they are manufacturing in Wales. And Echitab is going to come out, is already in the market, is already being used. So we can fill the gap to say that within 6 months from January, we can have enough Echitab to meet Nigerians' need. And within another 6 months, we should be able to have enough Fav Afrique for Nigeria, and if possible, use Nigeria as entry road to access the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. I think with this, we are already, rolling out. So we are not just talking. We are not just starting. They have a wonderful facility in a place called Kilgorren in Wales, and you cannot believe the group chairman of AMA himself went physically to, inspect it, and he saw things. He said, "No, we can't allow Echitab to die." Praise the Lord. So now we must make sure that it works. And what did he say? He said we must bring this technology now to Nigeria. I will do all I can to fund it. I will speak to all Nigerian senior citizens to participate so that we have very good partnership. How will this work? It starts from today. This is the first step. The Chinese said a journey of 1,000 kilometers starts from a step. So we have taken this step now. Thank you for tolerating me. We professors will talk too much. But I hope I talk sense. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I call on Mr. Rama, MD, AMA Medical.
Dear all distinguished guests, and our professor has been teaching us so many things. And first of all, I thank you, Professor. And the new things, the meaning of MBA, I think now you all know. MBA is so many meanings, but our MBA is managing the best associates. So our Musa Bello is managing all the best associates. First of all, I thank you for all the partners and guests and friends and our colleagues. So we thank you all for the valuable time to be present here. And this time, I like to remind, and with the blessings of our two chairmen, we are the first company to bring the best technology or the first technology of polypropylene in this existing plant. We are already in the first. And the other first is, and we already inaugurated that OSD division, oral solid dosage. there also we are aiming to bring the first for the HIV/AIDS, the drugs. And this is the inauguration of third first. So our MBA wants everything to be the first. So we assure you, sir, we want to be a first. We are already first in many technology-wise, and we will maintain the best. These all three inauguration things, and we will be the first technology in IV fluids and these formulations, and as well as this anti-venom vaccines. And also he has so many plannings to be the best, and these things are yet to come soon, and in a couple of years we will be achieving more than the 3 best units here. Thank you very much. And once again we appreciate all for coming and being with us the valuable time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rama. So, as we come to a close, I would also like to mention that AMA also has a foundation that has actually been here for over 13 years, focused on empowerment, health, and education. So this is just a continuous movement for AMA Medical as we continue to venture and give back to the society. Thank you all for coming. Have a lovely day.
I was just telling the professor that another explanation of the phrase MBA is management by accident. Management by accident.
We would move to the admin for item number 7. Thank you.
You've been seeing live images there from Kaduna, where there's a memorandum of understanding being signed between the AMA Medical Manufacturing Group in Kudenda, Kaduna, and the Echitab Study Group. This, in fact, is supposed to help to meet the agenda that has been set for health in the state.